everyone. I'm Stacy Roseman, and this is Empowered by Adversity, and it's about superhero healing. And we have my guests today who two of them had strokes. I'm going to just introduce myself, and they're going to introduce themselves, and they're going to tell the story and how they've come so far so fast. And it also, has taken years as well. But Sarah's just turned 37, and her stroke anniversary is the 10th of this month. And Larry is with Brenda, their husband and wife, and he's had a couple strokes. So I'm going to turn it over. Who wants to go first?
Sarah, go right ahead.
I'll go first. Sure. Happy to be here with you guys. Thanks for having me on, Stacey.
Right. Thank you for being here.
Yes, very excited to share my story and to hear what everyone has to say, because Larry and Brenda sound like amazing people as well.
So this happened to you a year ago. You were 36 years old. You told me you had high blood pressure, but you were the beautiful, fit, you're a vegan, you eat healthy and everything. So let's hear some of your story.
So I was traveling the world, taking my business international, when this happened. I had lived in Mexico for 4 months, Rome for 2 months, and Paris for 2 months. And I was in Mykonos on the beach working out when this happened. I had begged my friend to take me to go eat because I was hungry, and I had high blood pressure, but I had no other signs at all. And I hadn't taken my blood pressure medication, but my medication only lowered my blood pressure about 5 points. So it wasn't helping them much. So I started having a stroke, and my friend I was with wouldn't take me to the hospital. I started begging her to take me to the hospital. And then she finally took me when my arm went paralyzed. And then she took me. And all I remember is the helicopter ride. I remember them screaming on the phone trying to get me to the hospital. But I woke up in a Greek hospital with no one around me. My friend left me in the hospital. I had no one there. I was literally, half paralyzed, but half my body was paralyzed. And they wouldn't feed me good food, and they wouldn't take me to the bathroom. It was terrible. The service care in Crete, in Greece, was awful. But, my dad came. Thank God he came, because none of my other family members would come. So my dad came and took care of me. Thank gosh. And, him and I and God got me better enough to fly home. And then I finally got home, which was awesome. My sister raised money to get me home, which was awesome. And then I got home, and my mom did a lot of work on the back end to get me into a great rehab. And I went into Good Shepherd, and they got me walking again. Thank God again. And they got my left arm moving. Thank God. And if you want to know what it's like to not be able to walk and then start walking, it feels like you're flying. You legit feel like you are unstoppable, and no one can ever tell you anything again because you can walk. I don't know, Larry, did you have to learn how to walk again as well?
Yes, I did.
I
had most of my end on the right side of my body.
So you understand how it, yeah.
You're walking 3 miles a day.
I'm walking 2 to 3 miles a day. Yes. My big goal is 5 miles, which I'm going to try to do this week.
You got that.
Yep. Thank you. Mm-hmm. I'm trying to take it slow, but not slow.
That's okay. One step at a time.
One step at a time. But I remember when walking 1,000 feet was scary, and now I'm walking 3 miles like it's nothing. So it's great.
Yeah, we remember what it was like where you couldn't even lift your foot to put it on a book on the floor.
Oh my goodness. Well, are you running yet, Larry?
No, I have chosen not to run. I was never a runner to begin with, but I don't feel as comfortable trying to run, but I can do it for short distances if I want to.
Great.
But for me, I was not able to look up at all. Every time I looked up, I would immediately get dizzy.
Oh.
I was not able to hit a golf ball or a tennis ball, which I'm now able to do.
Wow, congratulations. That's amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's come a
And-
long way. When we took
and
him
let-
home from the hospital the first time, which we actually just celebrated his 12-year stroke anniversary for the first
That's-
stroke. He
Yeah,
came
tell
home.
us about Larry's story, about what happened.
Go ahead.
So Larry was suffering from dizzy spells for several weeks, but we had no idea what it was. And we had taken him to the emergency room and they checked him out. They did a CAT scan. They said he was having vertigo and they sent us home. A few hours later, Larry had a massive stroke. Turned out that they should have kept him and they should have treated him or done either further testing, especially because he had already had 4 heart attacks. He had a dozen stents in his chest. So he landed up having a really massive stroke that left him totally incapable of moving for the most part for about 10 days. He was dizzy, like you could not move him at all. Like just the slightest movement would make him dizzy. And
Brenda, how old was he when he had his first one?
53. Yeah, he was young. So, but we got him back home. We got him rehabilitated. He actually made like a 95% recovery and went back to work 3 months
Wow.
later. Yeah, he worked hard. He pushed hard. At the age of 53, he was not willing to give up. We then got married because we weren't even married yet. And then 4 months after our wedding, he stroked again, which was 9.5 years ago. That stroke had a lot more damage. So he is right side deficient, but not completely. So he's fully functional, but he's definitely weaker on the right side. And cognitively, up until recently, he's really had expressive dysphagia. He had a lot of anger and depression and anxiety issues. So it's been a really long 9 years since the second stroke. We had to sell off everything, the house, the businesses, everything. And then we actually moved from New York to Florida because it was going to be an easier lifestyle for him. So I had to suck it up and, look at palm trees every day. And, I'm okay with that.
Such a rough life.
But he, even Stacy, from the time you met him a couple of years ago till now, he's actually like coming back. He's now made like an 80% recovery.
He looks amazing.
Yeah, with this new therapy that we're doing on him that I found, he is doing incredible.
Is that the stem cell patches
It is.
that you're going to tell everybody about? And I'm
Yeah.
I'm using them too. I've had 44 major operations and a couple of traumatic brain injuries, and I'm doing phenomenal from what I've gone through. And I got these about a year ago, and I had stopped taking them for a little bit, but I'm back taking them again. And it seems like the whole world's starting to know about it. So go, Brenda, go. Yay.
So stem cell reactivation patches are an amazing technology. So stem cell treatment or therapies in itself is quite amazing. Unfortunately, it's also extremely expensive. So I've been doing a lot of research because I got to a point about 5 years ago. Larry suffered a TIA, so he theoretically had a third stroke. But I got to that point. I said, I'm done. I have to take matters into my own hands. The doctors are killing him. That's really how I felt. They just kept giving him more and more and more medication. And then he needed another medication for the side effects to the other medication. And it just got to be too much. So I started him on a huge supplement program that was actually customized down based on his DNA. And we did really, really well with that. Then we did a cell signaling solution that also helped him quite a bit, but he still wasn't great. Exactly a year ago, we started him with this stem cell reactivation patch, which is done through photo light technology. So kind of like we get vitamin D from the sun through our skin, this has organic nanocrystals on a patch that is only the size of a quarter. I don't have one in front of me. Oh, I do. I have one on my phone. See that little round thing? And what that does is it works with the heat and light technology in our own bodies to elevate our copper peptides. And then once we elevate our copper peptides, that actually reactivates our already existing stem cells. So we're not getting anybody else's stem cells injected into our bodies. There you go. It's X39. See, she's so good, Stacy. I love you.
Oh,
And
wait,
there's
where
the
is it?
patch, literally the size of the quarter. You peel
Right.
off the
So
back.
it opens like a Band-Aid on the other side.
Yep. And it's a 3M product, so it doesn't even have any latex or anything like that on it. You literally put it right on the back of your neck. Larry wears it on his neck every single day. Larry's body has now been given the tools to heal itself by reactivating his own stem cells that have actually gone to sleep at this point in his life. So at the age of 30, you go to 50% reproduction of your own stem cells. At 60, you don't ever reproduce your own stem cells anymore.
So
And that's
is it
why
working
as we're
with
all aging, our skin is, not as good, our hair and nails aren't as good, and our bodies aren't as good. Well, we're now kind of doing this, age reversal, and we're
working
waking
with
up.
the mitochondria? I know that the ASEA worked with the mitochondria at the cellular level, and I'm wondering if that's helping to regenerate the cells, because that's like the whole energy system. The
So
mitochondria.
this is actually reproducing 4,000 cells almost immediately, like when you start wearing this. And then it's actually waking up your stem cells that are here. We have them. They're going to sleep. They're tired. It's time to wake them up and say, we still need you guys. We're not done with you yet. After 2 days, Larry actually said he felt weird. And I said, okay, what does that mean? And he went, I don't know. Right. And then after 4 days, you said,
It's a good weird. Get it.
Yep. So we ordered them. After 10 days, we had gone for a walk. And what happened on our walk?
Whenever we go on a walk, my wife often forgets that I had an issue. So there we are walking in the evening, and she says, oh, look up. It's a beautiful moon. And she knew that I couldn't look up, except this time I could, and I did. And she got all scared. She said, I mean, and she went to go catch me, but I didn't have any issues whatsoever. It was the most amazing feat, because for all these years, I've been dizzy every time I look up.
Now the
So
biggest problem, yeah, that's thunder you're hearing. It's storming bad here. The biggest problem with his ability now to look up is now he knows that it's all my clothes at the top of his closet. He hasn't been able to see up there in years.
Sarah, do you get dizzy?
No, actually, I'm really lucky. I don't get dizzy at all. I have really good balance. I don't know how. I think it's all. I was a ballerina for 15 years, so I don't know why. But I'm like dancing, and like I'm really good. Like I do yoga. I'm very balance wise and dizzy wise. I haven't gotten dizzy or like wobbly.
So the fact that you're a vegan, and you're
I'm a-
strict vegan, aren't you?
No, I'm a pescatarian.
Oh, you're pescatarian. Did your doctors, did they say anything about, living that type of diet lifestyle, that it'll help you with your healing?
One of them in Greece thought that would be bad for me. And then 2 of them in America said that's probably why I'm healing so fast.
Why did he think it would be bad?
Because the guy, he thought maybe I need meat to repair my brain. He wasn't sure. I don't know. He wasn't a neuroscientist. He was just a doctor.
That's
but
why
I think
they're practicing.
He's just a meat eater and thinks I should eat meat. Yeah.
So how about Brenda and Larry? How about you guys? I know, Brenda, you go on your super healthy eating way of life. Does Larry eat a certain diet to help with like brain fog or inflammation in the brain? No, he's saying
whatever I want. My brain fog has probably completely cleared up under the X39. It has made me more focused, more ability to think straighter, not feeling like I'm always out of it.
So where on your neck did you put this? I put this on the side of my spine. I usually put it on my cervical spine at my neck. I usually put it on my lower spine, the lumbar spine.
No, she puts it right up here. This is where I wear it. It's right on the bone. When you bend your neck forward, You'll feel the
Right.
bones
The
sticking out.
vertebrae, yeah.
It's on the
Vertebra.
C7.
Okay.
Oh, I also wear it. I wore it on my knees for a while. I've worn it on my tennis elbow. You can wear it anywhere in the body, but for
Right.
somebody that's had a brain issue, I like
Yeah.
putting it right by the brain.
Yeah, I had a lot of brain trauma. You guys know that, and I'm doing well with
Yes.
it. Working
You're
with
not
it,
going to
doing all the
believe
tools
what's going to
every
happen,
day.
Stace. You're not
But
going to
it-
believe
What,
what's going to
honey?
happen. You're not going to believe what's going to happen. In the first couple of weeks, you'll start feeling a sense of ability to focus and concentrate, which right now you may not be able to do. After a while, you'll start feeling your skin changing, and it's amazing.
And then what about the depression and anxiety?
It gets
Anxiety is a big thing.
rid of a lot of that stuff. Okay,
Yeah, I'm
you're
constantly
really,
working on it.
yeah.
With
You'll see.
I'm really excited. I can't wait.
Yeah,
I
Larry
just
used
took
to suffer.
Ashwagandha.
Yeah, after the last TIA, Larry got very angry and had very abusive behavior, not
Oh,
physically,
really?
but verbally.
Uh-huh.
And he's pretty much done with that.
Done.
The depression is pretty much gone. The anxiety is still there a little bit, but nothing like it was.
So was his depression situational because of that happened to him? No, it was just
No,
it was brain
Larry
trauma.
has suffered from depression most of his adult life.
Yeah, a lot of people, a lot more than we know.
And to all fairness, I mean, Larry, you had just recovered and then that happened to you again. You must have felt very frustrated. I can't imagine.
Very.
I mean, I hope to God that doesn't happen to people a lot because that just seems so not right. I mean, it's just not right.
It's happened to me a couple times, and I'm like, "Are you serious? Are you freaking serious?" I mean, isn't it enough to go through like one major trauma in our life to give us the lessons that we need to
No,
learn?
it just
Why do we have
yeah.
to have another one or three of them?
But here we are. We're through it.
Here we are. Yeah.
This is why we're here, right?
I've had other traumas that I definitely thought that was enough. So this felt like very much like, but mine was more emotional. Like I got over alcoholism. I got over a drug addiction. I had abusive relationships. I had thought that was enough, but yeah, nothing health wise.
So, Sarah, what type of issues are you having now post-stroke?
I'm very fortunate. I mean, I get tired in the afternoon for like 10 minutes, not a lot. Like if I take a 5-minute nap, I'm fine. So it's not a big deal. And then focus wise, I do have a little bit of ADD since this happened. Like I'll just like not feel, I'll like go sit down and do something and then get text and then forget it, that kind of thing. And then I'll forget little things if I don't write them down. But I was always like that before. So
Right.
Yeah,
and then like
we're busy too, Sarah. You're constantly busy doing things too.
Yeah, so Brenda, I'm rebuilding a business. Like I have a business I'm rebuilding. So I was never a good speller and now I'm not any better, but I didn't think a stroke was going to fix my spelling. So
No.
yeah.
I thought you said seller. I didn't know you said speller. I thought you said seller.
Yeah.
I'm like, she's a good seller.
No,
I'm a great seller. I have had some issues where people expect me to not be as good at my work. So therefore they're kind of like receiving everything I do with like a gray tint on it. And that's been really frustrating because there's been times I've done great work for someone and they just like kind of like, oh, well, are you sure you're able to do this? I'm like, what I just gave you is phenomenal. Like, and I have had some issues with that.
Yeah, I have another friend who's gone through that also, unfortunately.
It's kind of like a prejudice a little bit.
Stigma.
But besides that, my big issue is I can't run. So my foot doesn't work. And I'm a runner. I love to run. So my big goal is to run the New York City Marathon.
There you go.
Yeah.
So is it a club foot now, or is it just that you're dragging it a little bit?
No, I don't do either. I have an AFO.
Oh, okay.
So I just can't use it. But it's you wouldn't be able to tell to look at me.
Right.
My foot it's not considered a club foot, but it's all one bone. So in retrospect, like I would compare it to like a club foot, but they just had it fuse all my bones together because there was no cartilage left between them from when my ankle was broken in a car accident when I was 25. It got so bad that I had to have 4 ankle fusions. So it doesn't move at all, but they don't consider it club foot. They just call
No.
it fused ankle.
No,
But it's all one
it's
bone.
different.
Yeah. And then my left arm works, but my hand doesn't work. So my hand and my foot are the last things I've been praying and trying to bring back. But cognitively, I mean, they said that cognitively that I'm at an average above average level now. So like I don't know how smart you were before, but some
I wasn't, so I didn't have far to go.
Actually, Larry's a pretty brilliant man.
He's genius.
He was
I'm sure
pretty
he is.
successful in businesses, several businesses. He actually had even created a software program and had his own software company.
Wow, that's very impressive.
When he had gotten sick, we sold it off. We sold everything. It was just too much for me to handle, and he's never gone back to work. So he's been on disability since he's 56 years old.
Oh, wow.
Mm-hmm. But he's come a long way.
I was very fortunate because I have a disability policy that doesn't stop at 65. It keeps going. So I'm fine.
Oh, good.
Yeah, as long as you're taken care of. Are you do you do different things like that you enjoy?
Finally.
Yes.
It's only been the past few months, though, really.
Yeah, but you guys travel a lot.
Well, we're starting to.
We're
Right.
doing great. We're going away this next month for our 10th wedding anniversary. We're going to the Grand Caymans.
Oh, nice.
And we're taking our family.
So Larry and Brenda, I was traveling the world solo when this happened. So I want to go back to that, which I don't know if that's something that's going to be possible right for a long time, but I'm hoping the next year.
Let me share with you when we're done. Speak to Brenda about these patches. You will not believe the difference. It is amazing.
Yeah, I would love to have a miracle.
And when we travel, Sarah, we take out insurance. God forbid of anything.
Because I don't want to get stuck in a Greek hospital.
Actually, we're going to Greece next year, so I took out insurance.
Yeah, don't get stuck in a Greek. No.
So Brenda, you need to leave information so people can contact you about that.
I could do that. Am I able to? I don't know if I could type or anything on here. I don't think so. I think you have to do it.
I will put it over the podcast that is on Facebook right now.
Okay.
I don't know how to put it on here.
Yeah, you should have been able to do a stream, but I don't think you set that up. So no, that's not it. So, but you can contact me through Stacy or on Facebook. And I'm happy to share the information about the X39.
And her last name is spelled Roher. It's on the bottom of this window right here, Brenda.
Yes.
And then Roher. And I'll have her information pinned on the top of the page with this podcast that we're doing right now. So you can get in touch with her. These are great. I'm using them. And I'm really happy about it. I'm excited to see what else is going to happen.
Yeah, just stay tuned because we're 1 year in. And it's just been really life-changing, and I use it too. I don't know if you remember, Stacy, but a year ago, my knees had gotten so bad, they were bone on bone. And I really needed to go for the stem cell injections or knee replacement surgery. And I was not able to do either one at the time. Right. So I started wearing the patch. And about 3 weeks later, I had gone to my chiro for an adjustment because I was going every week because my knees were so bad. And he's like, wow, all the inflammation is gone. Did you go for the injections? And I'm like, no. So he's like, what'd you do? And I told him about the little patch. And he was like, wow, that's really cool. Right. I came back 3 weeks again later. And I said to him, well, I was able to stop wearing my knee braces for tennis. And he was like, wow, that's really cool. So I now don't wear knee braces anymore. I'm in no more pain.
That's amazing.
I was able to stop wearing all my tape and everything for my tennis elbow. And so I play tennis 4 times a week. I bike almost every day, a few miles, and I go to the gym.
And your hair looks great. It got long and it looks
Oh
pretty.
my gosh, my hair is longer and thicker than ever. And people can't believe that I don't color my hair. This is me naturally. And my nails are like thick and strong, everything. It's great. I just love these wonderful side
Yes.
effects.
You both look great. And Sarah, you do
you.
too. And I'm so excited to see in the near future you guys healing. Will you come back and do this again when you're further along? I know Sarah and Brenda, you're going to be on this week with another gentleman, with Doug.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah, you've got me booked up, girl.
Yeah.
he does functional medicine, and he had the heart attack like a year ago. And this guy's unbelievable too. But he does functional medicine, and he'll be on. I think it's Thursday. I have to check the schedule. And you guys are both going to be co-hosts. You said you would be, and I'm really excited. So
Yes.
okay,
Wonderful.
All
And
right.
Sarah, we wish you
Awesome.
the very best of luck.
Thank you so much. I really look forward to hearing
Thank
more
you
about
for
your
allowing
story.
us to be here.
Yep,
yeah,
thank you, Stacey.
and also in the group page, it's Superheroes Healing. And it's my group page for the podcast Empowered by Adversity, where all these different areas of health and healing and people that have gone, through the experiences and have come up, a long way, like us here right now, and can guide you and give you a lot of information. There'll be different areas where you could talk about strokes, or you could talk about heart attacks, or you could talk about energy medicine and broken bones and traumatic brain injuries and infusions and everything from A to Z. So anxiety, depression, OCD, PTSD. I'm excited to see you again. Maybe
Brenda, I'm going to have to get in touch with you to get some of the patches to see if it works for me.
Absolutely. Stacey, just do a 3-way. Introduce us.
Yeah.
It went
I
on.
love that.
Yeah.
Sarah, where are you located?
I'm in Philadelphia area.
Okay. Beautiful.
Yeah.
All right.
Awesome, Brenda.
Yeah, we could set up a call right after this.
Yeah, I would love to. I mean, if they're working for everyone, then I should definitely try them.
Yes.
I was going to
Absolutely.
send her some of mine, but I don't know if I can send her some of these anyway. I think she's going to have
Stacey,
to
we'll let her get some of her own. You keep wearing yours so it helps you, and Sarah will get hers. Don't worry.
Okay.
We got
right.
you covered, Sarah.
Yeah, because she's gonna. If this has helped Larry so much, then I can't wait to see how it's going to help Sarah, because she's just Miss Superhero.
Yes,
And I
sounds like it. Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
She just needs a little patch on her cape.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, everyone. I'll talk to you later.
Thank you both.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye-bye.